This is the story of my Super Bowl Sunday, mostly before the game. It's kind of a quirky situation that happened, but congrats, Seahawks fans, if you're watching this or anyone else that enjoys football. You watched the Seahawks destroy the Patriots in the Super Bowl. The Rams could have died. No, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm past it. I am past it. I'm past it. But anyway, keep in mind, I'm a Canadian Rams fan with a YouTube channel. I live over in Nova Scotia, okay? I live over here. The Seahawks play over here, across literally the continent. The Super Bowl was being played here. Not sure how that's relevant to this story, but just for context, this is an isolated incident that took place in a grocery store all the way across the continent. I'm in the grocery store. It's Sobeys. It looks like this, okay? And it's about an hour before kickoff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna get some groceries, get some snacks. I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier, so picked up some yogurt, granola, stuff like that. Then I see there's the self checkout line, and there's one checkout line with a cashier, and there's only one person in that line. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I want to support human jobs. Eat it, robots. Okay. So I go to that line, and in that line, there's a person checking out, and then there's a person in front of me who's, an elderly man. And I noticed he is wearing this. This is not the exact hat he was wearing, but I found it on the internet. And this is, his was like more grungy and worn, but it's a hat that looks like this old school Seattle Seahawks fan. And I'm like, oh man, okay, whatever. I gotta see that. It's not bad enough that the Rams lost in the NFC Championship game. I gotta see that right before I get my snacks. Okay, whatever. It's just a hat. So then the girl who is at the cashier is like, I don't, a teenage girl or something like that, mind no business, just doing her job. She says to him, and she's like, "Oh, are you like cheering on the Seahawks? That's a Seahawks hat, right?" And the old man, he smiles and he goes, "Yeah, yeah, they're my team. I've been a Seahawks fan my whole life. I'm hoping they win today, get the dub." And I'm just behind him. They don't see me. And I'm like, oh, great. Okay, let's just hurry up here. I just want to go home. I'm going to watch the game because I'm a football fan. Hopefully, it's a good game. And she's like, oh, yeah, they're so good. I watched them last week. I forget who they beat, though. Who did they beat to get to the Super Bowl? And in my mind, I'm like, oh, no. Okay, it's the Rams, of course. And keep in mind, I'm wearing this hat. And the older gentleman goes, I forget. It was the 49ers, I think. Yeah, they beat the 49ers to get the Super Bowl. And I wanted to say something. I wanted to pipe in and be like, no, they beat them in the divisional round. They beat the Rams. But I held my tongue. I kept my mouth shut and I held it. And the girl goes, oh, yeah, they wait, are you sure? I think they beat the 49ers a couple weeks ago, but I think it was someone else. And in my mind, I'm like, it's the Rams, it's the Rams, it's the Rams. And he's like, oh yeah. Oh, let me think. And again, I'm not going to I know one day I'll be older and maybe be short of memory. That's okay. But he's like, I guess you know what? You're right. They played the Rams. Yeah, they played the Rams. Yeah, they beat the Rams. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh yeah, the Seahawks are so good. They're gonna do so good. They're gonna win today, I bet." And they're like making small talk about and I'm just like, I just want to pay and get out of here. I should have went to the self checkout. Now I see why people go to the self checkout apparently. Anyway, so they're talking on and on, and this is the moment I had to pipe in. I had to pipe in. The gentleman goes, she's like, yeah, no one's really come close to beating the Seahawks this year. They've kind of been a bit of a juggernaut team. And that's what ticked me off. That is right there. That is what got me. I'll admit to it. I piped in. I was like, well, actually, sir. And I don't want to be a well actually person. I don't take pride in being one of those people that's like, well, actually. No. But I went in, I said, well, actually, sir, The Rams almost beat them twice this year, and in fact, they did beat them once this year, earlier in the year. And totally, the cashier girl and this older gentleman was caught off guard by me piping up, and he was like, oh, sorry, sorry. Anyway, so he pays for his stuff, and he gets out of here, and the girl who like smiles at me, and she's like, "You're a Rams fan, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I point at the hat, and I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I watched that game. Yeah, the Rams are really really close." And then she said something that just she said, "Well, I guess you're cheering on the Patriots today, aren't you?" And I'm in my mind, I'm like, "No!" And no, I did not need a reminder that this is literally like a division rival in the Seahawks and a team in the Patriots who beat the Rams in two Super Bowls. No, I've been constantly thinking about it ever since the Rams lost to the Seahawks that this is going to be the Super Bowl. I have no desire on picking a side in this game. Whoever wins wins. I hope Cooper Cup has a good game. Well, that's what I thought, and he actually did have a pretty decent game. So shout out Cooper Cup. But I really had no real zeal for either of these teams to win this game, and here I am being reminded by a cashier that apparently I would be cheering on the Seahawks or the Patriots. But outside, I just said, I'm just cheering for a good game. And that is the story of how I got my snacks. And I went and watched one of the most boring Super Bowls ever, which pretty much was Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico trying to provide hope to Patriots fans for the entire game. Jacoby Myers probably should have been the MVP. Seahawks, they're a really good team. We'll see what happens next year. Hopefully the Rams can get over the hump. And if I ever see that elderly man again, I hope I can just smile and say hello because I kind of feel bad about catching him off guard. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for listening to my story. I hope you're all doing well. I'll have more Rams off-season content coming your way. As always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. Woo!